Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we got an interesting topic at hand. We're going to be talking about the player base in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, as well as a lot of different things that could really help improve this game. Now, I'm going to be using a bunch of different sites over here kind of for examples. We'll spectate duels just so we have something to watch in the background here. So first off, I want to show you guys where I'm getting my numbers from. This is from a website called Steam Charts. It's able to track how many players are on at a concurrent user base. So right now, if we add up all of these numbers via the calculator, we get 91.72%. That means over 90% of the players that have played Master Duel have just completely left. Now, again, and I've mentioned it before in my previous video where just about a month ago, we had 40% of the players leave the game. That was a huge red flag. That should have been a huge alarm for the game creators to be like, wow, we've lost almost half our players. Let's do something to really add a lot more spice to our game to make people come back, because a lot of times when they add events, people are hopping in, they're playing the event, and then they're dipping out relatively quick. And I'll kind of show you guys some more examples, a lot of stuff over on Reddit as well. I'll also be taking into consideration the video that I uploaded before where I had a lot of you guys comment, and feel free to comment in this video as well, some of your guys' suggestions to make Master Duel just a better game overall, because as a content creator, this is the official big Yu-Gi-Oh game that I thought was going to be the last Yu-Gi-Oh game, and I'm hoping that they can actually update this game, because we really need new updated ban lists. We need new card sets. It's not able to keep up with the modern Yu-Gi-Oh game. For what reason? They're just cards. Literally, you have fan-made games that just incorporate the card literally day one. I'm not asking for day one updates when a card gets announced in OCG, but maybe a week later or something like that. But to wait like several months just for like one card or one archetype, it just feels weird. But like I said, I'll be using my other video why, 40% of the players left. A lot of you guys commented, so I'm going to be kind of addressing some of the comments you guys mentioned over there. So first off, one huge thing that this game really should do, especially if this game wants to be an esport, because this is something that they mentioned before, how is it realistic to have an esport game when you're playing the best of one? Someone posted this over on Reddit. I mean, look at this. This is in Platinum, the highest rank of the game. Look at how many of these turns are just ending in one. And granted, the guy named him like 6-win Plat over here, but like, look at this. Like, the games are ending so fast to have a tournament. Look at turn 1, turn 1, turn 1, turn 1, turn 3, turn 1. Like, it's just like, there's so many Yu-Gi-Oh decks that just don't incorporate the idea of both players being able to play. This is kind of a problem just in general with modern Yu-Gi-Oh, but the fact that we don't have game 2 and a side deck, it makes it feel kind of awkward just to straight up just lose instantly. Even if you're playing the best deck, if your opponent wins the coin toss, you just lose. Like, this is like another thing. This was upvoted almost 1,000 times. Me when I encountered the smallest inconvenience after hitting Plat 1. Like, literally, you go for your opener combo, your opponent negates it, it's game. Or your opponent goes first, they open up, you have no Ash Blossom, you have nothing to respond to their combo, you just lose. In fact, last night when I was actually even playing, literally in Bronze 5, I'm playing meme decks for content. A lot of us content creators, I'm sure a lot of you guys follow other content creators that upload videos of like, not the most meta of things, and they're playing in the low rank on purpose. I was playing in the NR, and there was a guy playing like full combo, half an hour turn, variant of a Megalith deck. I'm like, dude, this is bronze. I expected to see meme decks. But a lot of times what happens with these events and why their concurrent player base has actually left is me after I reach 10K in the event. This is like almost 500 upvotes on that. And this is when they release the new event. People play it, they get their points, and they dip out. We need a way for people to continuously grind. And also, I was actually reading your guys' comments. This is kind of almost another video subject talking about it. But if we look at the esports earnings for like Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't really offer prize pool support. They offer, sometimes they would, back in the day, they used to offer crush card, virus, and cards that would completely be absolutely pay to win, arguably. But nowadays, a lot of the cards can't be used in a duel. Or it's like, let's say, a console, or you get a game mat, and sometimes you get a booster box, depending on the regionals or whatever you're playing at. You used to be able to get these binders. But for the most part, it's relatively small. If we look at like esports earnings for some of these other games, $100 million, I'm sure a lot of you guys know what Fortnite is. But even if we go look, you might be thinking, oh, that's not a card game though. Look at Magic the Gathering, it's 8 million. If they want people to continuously play and have this game be an esport, we need real prize pools. I'm talking weekly cash cups, kind of like how Fortnite does it. This game generates revenue based off of people buying the card packs, right? Why can't we take some of that or have tournament entry fees, as in like we would pay a certain amount, we would get those packs just like in real life. and we would be able to enter in these tournaments that would have real cash prizes, incentivizing people to actually want to grind and actually play the game for an extended period of time. Because once you reach Plat 1, what else do you do after you've reached the rewards? Like, okay, you get a cool icon. I just feel like the rewards need to be way better, and this is something a lot of content creators have been talking about. The rewards for this game need to be way better. And on top of that, we need way more rewards. I don't know about you guys, but I finished the Battle Pass in just a couple days. When you have a new season in a game, and I get it, this game wants to have season, it wants to kind of match what other games are doing with, you know, Fortnite and any other game with a season, right? But you don't have a new season and then not introduce new content, and you just reset the ranks and give people less rewards for having a higher rank, which was a huge problem originally, but they're kind of fixing that. But I still think that you need to have new content when a new season comes out. You need to introduce new cards, new packs, new prize pools. A new season needs a new update to the game, a new ban list. That's a real easy thing to fix. Even if you're just fixing a few cards here and there, that's what a new season is. A new season is not just reset ranks, go do all the same thing that you've been already doing, facing off against the same decks again. It just doesn't really make sense to have a new season, if that kind of makes any sense. Also, the whole D-ranking thing is kind of a problem in the game. A lot of people D-rank on purpose so they can face like lower decks, and then they'll just go from whatever rank to the highest rank. And as a content creator, I get that that's a good idea. Bronze to, you know, max rank, which is platinum right now, playing like the, you know, new deck, right? But a lot of times you don't see a lot of these creative decks in the higher ranks. That's why, again, a lot of content creators, they D-rank so we can get these other decks. But what I don't get also, and this was something mentioned when I announced like the Ash Blossom and Lightning Storm bundles after 2 months of them releasing, it's like making fun of them. Internet Explorer, they're way too slow, right? We need, again, these cards to come out, and I know we have an announcement on April 4th. They're going to be releasing some new stuff in Master Duel, which is cool and all, but I think we need to have more frequent updates in the game. Maybe they're kind of working on things in the back end, and that's why it's taking them some time, but there's a lot more to this. Now, this is also due to cheaters. A lot of people have mentioned this, was where people are just disconnecting. Now, I thought they fixed this issue too, but I was watching another streamer and he was still getting this issue where if you lose the coin flip, your opponent just rage quits out of the game. Another one over here in my experience where people are just rage quitting the game if they don't go first. And it's basically not counting them getting a loss, whether they're unplugging their Ethernet adapter or somehow disconnecting from the game so they don't lose rank points. It's unfortunate, and I won't really fault them for this, but this is an issue that definitely needs to be fixed, because just the other day I just saw it still happen. In fact, this game is still tagged under psychological horror on Steam over here. But on top of that, when they have these new events, this is kind of a different issue where people are still having the same problems that they don't like your opponent having like 1,000 different special summons in one turn when you just go like, I set one card face down and they're like, I do this, I do this, I do this, I combo, combo, combo. I get it, it feels bad. That's kind of just a thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! And there will always be the best deck at any different event that they have, whether they delete all the synchros or links or XCs. When they have all these alternate formats, there's always going to be that. I don't know if that's going to be an issue that can be solved. But what I do want to offer, and this was a huge thing in the comment section of the video I uploaded before when I was talking about 40% of the player base already leaving the game. But at 90%, come on, man, you really got to fix your game and do something. The main thing I think a lot of people want is a casual, non-ranked mode and a legacy mode. So what I mean by a legacy mode is even like lower than, like, I guess, the non-ranked, non-competitive, or casual. What I mean by like a legacy mode is like where basically like Blue Eyes is like one of the best decks, because a lot of players, there's a huge disconnect, and I've definitely noticed this as a content creator on TikTok, where it's mostly people that like, they watch Yu-Gi-Oh! The anime, they think Egyptian gods and Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, Dark Magician are S tier in the best deck. Let them have that fantasy. There are so many people that play Blue Eyes, it is insane, and are huge fans of it, but realistically you can't play that. So I think they need to make a legacy mode where you have all the classic Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. I'm talking cards like Sakuretsu Armor, cards that people are familiar with like the anime and like those sort of like decks. So you'd have like a casual, you'd have a competitive, and you'd have like an old school or legacy, whatever you want to call it. Lots of games have these kinds of modes, and I think that they should support that. in addition to having better support for ranked. I'm talking again, cash prizes will really get people interested in actually playing the game and taking it more seriously, because as of right now, what do you do when you hit Plat 1 for most people? People just dip out. They're like, oh, I'm going to wait for a next update. And if these updates take so long to come out, people just dip out, and that's why we see the player retention rate at negative 90% as to what it used to be, again, using Steam charts as our example here. But I've actually read your guys' comments, and I want to also add some more to this. Now, some of you guys mentioned that, and I mentioned it too, when there's a new like format or a new event, you have to rebuy all your cards. And some people were like, well, for these events, they should give us all access to all those cards for that pool. That would be great, but I don't think that that's realistic. I think what would be a little bit more realistic for some of these events is just offer us upfront for the event. As long as you play in the event, you get like a decent amount of extra gems, which you do get some, but is it enough to build multiple decks? No, and I think that that's one of the biggest problems, is that you can't really build a bunch of different decks for all of these formats as a free-to-play player. You get basically one deck, if that. Okay, here's what I had to play against in bronze, and like, watch how long some of these turns will be if he goes first. Okay, he's going second. Metalfoes is pretty meta as well in the NR event, but another thing that I saw is different modes. Like, I can literally open up right now. Let me go open it up real quick. This is an example here. I can go to YuGioh Pro, which is a fan-made Yu-Gi-Oh game. And if you guys haven't seen like what this game is, this is a free-to-play game. This is a fan-made game. And look, I can go to any of these different ban lists. I can even search for anime special cards. I can go to speed duel cards. I can go to any of these different ban lists instantly. Why does it not offer this in the official game? The fan-made game is like 1,000 times better, plus you have access to all the cards. Why would a competitive player hop into this game as opposed to the other one? I know as a bunch of content creators like myself, we've been just uploading Master Duel content, one, because it's hot, but the thing is that how long is this game going to last being hot if it doesn't get the updates? I've also seen some other content creators, big shouts to House of Champs too. He mentioned that we need a lot more rewards in the battle pass, and it needs to be really good, otherwise it's going to be like Legacy of the Worthless is what he called it. And Legacy of the Duelist is a great game. I love it for the experience of a campaign, but if I wanted to play competitively in that game, it just didn't get the updates. And if it didn't get the updates, then who's going to be playing that game, right? If you look at Steam charts in that game is completely irrelevant. But at the same time, that game had the potential to become the best game. It had even draft. Where's draft? Where are all these other Yu-Gi-Oh modes? Why can't we have all these different options to play different modes so we don't have to have only the same modes? Some people suggested that we always have AzneyesWhitedragon events. We always have like the NR event, like have all these different formats. Yes, it splits the player base, but at least that way you have different ways to actually play the game. And I actually absolutely agree with it. Having a lot of different modes. Tag duels is a huge thing. There are so many people that would love to have clan and tag duels, or even just a clan where you get to battle in some sort of way for you guys to all earn rewards if you're in a clan. It gets people together to try to play the game and level up, feel like you're a part of a clan community. I think that'd be really cool to have like different houses and different clans, and you can join clans and you would earn like clan points, and you can earn rewards based off of how far your clan has progressed. So many mobile games offer this. Why is this not introduced? Like, this game feels like it's stuck way back in the day, even though they've added seasons. Seasons don't do really anything other than, okay, we reset the rank. So these seasons need to be a lot bigger. They need to introduce new sets. Here's what I want for seasons, for starters, okay? Shoot, this video is getting way too long, but again, I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this. But I think this is what the basic things that seasons need to do in a game to make it absolutely exciting. So the first things that seasons need to do is introduce a new ban list and new card sets. One or the other, both would be ideal, even if this new season only changes a few cards. But the biggest problem with this is also that players would feel really upset when a card that they're running 3 of gets banned. What do you do? And I don't know if there is a good solution. I think a very fair solution would be that they disenchant for the same amount that they would be used to craft. Like, you know how if you disenchant, you get like 1/3 of the value, unless it's a prismatic or the higher rarities, right? But if they're like banning a card that you purchased 3 copies of with the dust or whatever, it would give you back that amount in full, if that makes any sense. That way, the player doesn't feel like they got screwed over, they gotta create an alt account. There's so many people that have multiple alt accounts. I know that, like, they announced that we got so many users in this game. How many people are having multiple accounts? There's lots of streamers. I mean, I only have one account, Kappa, but I'm just saying that a lot of people have multiple accounts, and that inflates, like, the number of the accounts created. I mean, that's also a reason why perhaps the player base has, like, dwindled. But again, if there is 90% of your player base that just left the game, please update your game. Make these new changes that people have been speaking out about. But that's my 2 cents. I would love to know yours down below. But thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you want to see maybe an update to this, because we're just one day away. I mean, like, okay, this is another thing. Hold on, how do I exit over here? So let's go ahead and end the replay. This needs to be way better, by the way. The rewards, I mean, you guys let me know what should be the rewards. I want cash prizes, and like, if they could have tournaments to even just send us, like, boxes of real Yu-Gi-Oh cards. This thing, I mean, it's one day away, but, like, we have gone way too long with this dual pass. These dual pass of the rewards, I mean, look at these rewards. It's literally just dust. It's just dust. It's just dust. Like, where are the cool rewards? They need exclusive skins, maybe even alternate artworks of certain cards. That would be way better, because till then, like, there's really no incentive to grind to plat again. Like, also, when they auto derank you, it feels bad when I'm running a meta deck and if I'm grinding from bronze or whatever, and I'm playing against some guy playing blue eyes and playing an S tier deck. It feels bad. I think the deranking thing should exist, but we need a lot more content in this game. But hopefully this video will give them some ideas as to what they need. But if I miss on anything, you guys let me know in the comment section below. But thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one. And I'm signing out. Peace.